All right, let's get you my next report. I got my hands on the invitation card that's being sent across to some of the dignitaries here in Ayodhya, people who've been part of the Ram Mandir movement for the last many, many years. They're absolutely elated, thrilled that they're invited for the consecration ceremony. Let's take you through what the invite looks like, because it also gives you very important details of the Pran Pratishtha ceremony. So what does the invitation card for the January 22nd event look like? We've got our hands on an event and it's completely, of course, in Hindi, but I'm going to show you what the schedule also looks like right now. This is what the invite card is like. It's being distributed, of course, to several dignitaries and I'll just show you what the schedule looks like right now. It's an absolute beautiful picture that you see here of Ram Lalla, very beautiful and very fitting really, and here you have Balroop Prabhu Ram written, Ram Lalla essentially, with a picture of the Ram Mandir. So it's a beautiful invite printed across, very thoughtfully, tastefully done. The next page, I'll show you what the next page looks like here. You've got the invite going out for the Pran Pratishtha ceremony, written here in Hindi. And it says, Shri Ram Lalla ka Mahaprasad Agman Evam Pran Pratishtha. So that's written here. And then you've got the details written here with regards to who's been invited, what's the date, etc. The next page has the full schedule. So the invite here has been sent from the Janmabhoomi Tirth Kshetra to the invitee. We will also get you the details of who this is, but before that I wanted to show you also the card and what it looks like. So it says here, Karyakram Vishesh, and here you've got the entire schedule written from 11:30 to 12:30. Pran Pratishtha will happen from 11:30 to 12:30. We're hearing 12:20 is the auspicious time, but this is when the entire ceremony will take place. At 12:30, there'll be an address going by this particular invite that we've gotten here. Now, besides that, there are a lot of details that go into exactly what you can see, but it says that everyone who comes in here for security reasons will have to be there by 11 a.m. So by 11 a.m., everyone will have to gather at the venue. 11:30 is when the event will take place. There's also a booklet here. Now, this booklet has more details. As you can see here, this booklet has names and a whole lot of people who've all contributed to the movement, to the Ram Mandir movement. And these are the names. I'm not going to go through all of them, but you can take a look at what this booklet really has. So that's what the invite really looks like. Is one more page here. All right, so you've got essentially a brief history being written here of exactly what's happened. So this right here is the beautiful invite that's going out to a very few privileged people. This invite in all will go out to people also who had a big role to play in the Ram Mandir movement. People here in Ayodhya who are invited for the event, 8,000 of them in total. Besides this, there is of course a VVIP invite that's also going out to influential people, to politicians, to stars, the who's who of India. That's a little different from this invite, but this is the one that's going out to a whole lot of people, and the schedule essentially remains the same. So there are in all lakhs of people who will be there for the Pran Pratishtha, but there are about 8,000 people who will get invites like the one I showed you. Now, as in fact we get you more ground reports, let me show you around what Ayodhya looks like in the night time. We've been talking about how the city has been signifying the presence of Lord Ram as a Suryavanshi, as a fact of the sun constantly being and shining on the city of Ayodhya. But even in the night time, the city truly comes alive. Whether you see these kind of massive fountains that have been put up on the ghat, or that big screen that says Shri Ram Rang. This, by the way, goes on for 1 hour along with the fountains, which is from 6 to about 7. That's when you'll see this entire ghat in all of its glory, Ram Ki Pedi. If you ever come to Ayodhya, do make it a point to come to this spot in the evening. In the daytime, it's absolutely beautiful because you get a sense of the historic buildings all around you. And in the night time, it's all lit up so beautifully, and it keeps changing color as well. You can see some of the oldest buildings there, some of them not even renovated, some of them of course temples that have stood the test of time. And what makes it all the more beautiful is this simple touch of lighting it up in this manner. Even the ghat that you see here, all of the water, the reason it flows in such a uniform manner is because they've controlled the water flow. So there is in a way a mini waterfall of sorts, which I can tell you is a huge hit with tourists, all of whom gather here. That's also beautifully lit up. Above that is a bridge that connects one side of Ayodhya to the other along the ghats. Many people who've come here just about 2 to 3 years back say that this stretch right here is unrecognizable from what it used to look like. This bridge connects, of course, many iconic temples with other parts of Ayodhya, all of which continues to have this kind of warm lighting through the night. The lights keep changing very, very subtly, and it's beautiful to watch. I can tell you that you can sit here for hours together, just mesmerized by the beauty of it all, just taking in what really Ayodhya is all about. And as we, in fact, take a look at what really this place looks like, and look at that Ram Rang written there on that screen. At this point, I don't know if you can hear it very, very clearly, but you've got, in fact, parts of the Ramayana being narrated out loud. There are people here all gathered taking selfies. The buildings next to that screen, all colored in multicolored hues, and all of it really coming together to give this picture-perfect sense of what the ghat looks like, highlighting history, highlighting symbolism, and at the same time with a simple, modern touch with the kind of lighting that you see around me. This isn't the only part of Ayodhya that's essentially undergone this makeover. It could perhaps be one of the most beautiful, but I also want to tell you about how the government is preparing for the Pran Pratishtha ceremony and the crowds that will come in. The footfall on 22nd January and post that is, of course, going to be huge. There's a massive tent city that's been put up in Ayodhya, which Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath also, in fact, was part of. He oversaw those, the kind of preparations done on ground at the tent city.